Hey, it's Vince Del Monte. As you can see, we are back here in Canada. It is beautiful. Great to be home, back in the fresh, cold snow, and we had a great time in Florida. Hey, I just got a question from one of my 7-figure Mastermind members. A new girl just joined our group in Clearwater, and she's struggling with ideas. All right, and I want to first acknowledge that having a lot of ideas, being struck by the good idea fairy, does not make you a bad person. All right, we just need a tool, which is what I want to give you today, on how to manage the influx that just keeps coming. Sometimes like every hour you have a bit of caffeine, all of a sudden you get a million ideas. You have a great workout, you get a million ideas, and you're like, oh, but what about the last one? And as you all know, I think you all know, maybe we should have this conversation first actually before I give you the tactic. Would that be okay? Is there value in ideas? Do ideas equal success? Is there value in ideas, and do ideas equal success? All right, so let me share my thoughts on that. I used to get so excited about ideas. And in fact, I would use that as a huge selling feature to come and sit in on one of our mastermind meetings. Hey, just 1 or 2 right ideas will blow up your business. And while that statement is 100% true, what is the reality of that statement? The reality is that if you act on the idea, there is value. If you execute on the idea, if you see that idea through to completion. So what I want to say to you is that ideas do not equal success. Acting on the idea, and then more importantly, not just acting on it, but having the wisdom, having the courage, having the willingness, having the persistence to see that idea through to completion, that's where the value is. Can I get an amen? Do you agree with that? Let me know in the comments below. And I'm going to assume that we're on the same page now, and now understanding that there's no value in ideas but acting on them and seeing them through to completion. We need a way to manage all the other ideas, to challenge the original one that was meant to move the needle, the one that's meant to get the customers, the leads, the profits, the growth, the impact, ultimately the independence and the freedom that we want from this business, this venture we're pursuing, right? So here's what we do. It's very simple. We have a document. It can be a Google document. It can be a notepad. It can be just a piece of paper or a whiteboard in your office, and you call it the backlog. That's it. It's called the backlog, and it's the backlog of ideas that you do one of 3 things with. You either revisit in the future, you give to somebody else, or you do in your next lifetime. All right, that's it. And we don't want to keep the ideas up here. We want a place to offload them. All right, your brain doesn't act as a great office, so we want to put them into a office space. All right, and we just want to leave those ideas there and stay focused on our one thing. All right, the thing that's actually constraining revenue, the thing that's actually constraining lead generation, customer acquisition, growth. All right, and really, how do we know what to put on the backlog? Well, we really just ask this one question. Is this idea constraining our revenue? You know, I had another call with an individual who's doing really well with his YouTube channel, and he's interested in doing supplements and clothing, yet he hasn't maximized his digital information business yet. And I asked him a really simple question. I said, is not doing supplements the thing constraining your revenue? And, you know, obviously stumped him, and, you know, he had said, man, that's a good question. No one's ever asked me that. I thought just, you know, that's the next logical step. And I asked him, well, what's the next logical goal? And he told me his income. And I said, so is this the straightest path to that next level of income? And, you know, I think he kind of started nodding his head and started to, you know, connect the dots and realize that supplements and clothing were not the things constraining his revenue, but it was maximizing his digital information business, you know, improving his upsells, split testing, doing a membership site for still digital information, which wouldn't come with overhead and sunk costs, then more people and risks associated with it. So got him thinking there. So that's why we have the backlog. We put ideas on it that are not constraining revenue, and we stay focused on the one thing, and we get accountability, maybe from a coach, from a group, ideally both, and we go to town on it until that idea is seen through to completion. All right, and you know, I just finish off with just kind of on a funny note. I think we can all relate to having a big idea that we never acted on, and now it's in existence, like maybe Uber. I don't know about you, but I think everybody thought of Uber before it existed. But what happened? You never acted on it. So again, there's no value in ideas, but acting on them. So I want to encourage you to act on that one big idea you've got that can make a difference. And if you think I can help you see it through to completion on a speedier path, then send me a message. The best way to get a hold of me is via Instagram at Vince Del Monte. I always answer my DMs there. Or if you're ready to talk coaching, there's a link in the description below, and it is an application to come and test drive our mastermind, our seven-figure mastermind, our coaching program, and we can see if you're a good fit. And if you are, we can go from there. I hope to hear from you. You have a great day. Woo! My hands are freezing now. Bye-bye.